Hi Pockets, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. So if you haven't guessed from the title yet, we will be doing a alternative grunge makeup look. Now, what does grunge and alternative mean? So basically, alternative is basically anything that is not basic. So alternative can span from punk to emo to grunge to gothic to Victorian to whatever, okay? Like alternative is just like all styles in one category, but they all have their distinct thing. Now, I'm specifically today doing the grunge aesthetic, which is basically 1990s type of baddie. So if you can imagine something basically like black eyeshadow, eyeliner, strong dark lips, like sharper contour as well, and flannels. Yeah, flannels are a part of the grunge aesthetic. Yeah, why am I standing up? Anyways, let's proceed with the video. First step to this makeup tutorial, this routine basically is to moisturize. I'm using the Cadea Vera moisturizing cream. It has SPF 15 in it. It's a 24-hour hydrating cream basically for your face. Yeah, let's apply it. And in case you're wondering why does the box say old, because I recently bought a new one because I thought this one's gonna go out soon, but turns out this one's still going strong. So yeah, I'm applying a lot today because my skin is particularly dry because recently the weather has been very, I don't know how to explain it, very drying basically. So this is just like a moisturizer. Now, if you're going outside, please put on sunscreen as well. But I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just putting on moisturizer. So my skin, is hydrated throughout today's makeup because hydration is important when doing makeup. Because if you don't hydrate, your makeup will be a lot drier. And especially if you have flakier skin or sometimes even oily skin, your skin tends to be very difficult to manage when you have a lot of makeup on. For me, I have combination skin, so my skin is sensitive, oily, normal, and acne prone all at the same time. And if I don't manage my moisture level, my god, I can't even speak English right now. My skin tends to crack a lot, especially in these areas right here. So basically my nose has been recently a target of extreme flakiness because I am sick. My nose has been running really a lot, so having constantly tissues rubbing against your skin, your nasal skin, can make it go irritated and flaky. So yeah. So the first steps to my makeup usually is first skincare, and then I do lip care and then the makeup. So we're going to continue with lip care. I'm using this Balea Intensive lip balm. It smells like flowers. Actually, no. It smells like vanilla. Yes. Vanilla scented. So I'm just applying a little bit of lip balm on my lips because my lips are dry even when I'm not sick. And if my pronunciation is a bit intelligible, it's mainly because my nose is very stuffed, and also because yesterday, instead of resting, my already very sick throat, I attempted to sing yesterday a lot of high notes. So yeah. Next up is a product that we're starting with. It's the first makeup product that we're starting with. It's this Essence Make Me Brow. Why isn't it focusing? Yeah, it's basically an eyebrow gel mascara, and it's in the shade 02 Brownie Brows. This is my ultimate favorite eyebrow gel, and I don't actually like using pencils or powders because I have pretty defined eyebrows as is. So I don't really need to define them much. I just need to color them in a little bit so they look more alive. You know, just adding a bit of color to them. I don't really do much to my eyebrows because I simply don't need to, in my opinion. But of course, everyone has their personal brow routine. For this step, if you have a different brow routine, please do that one, okay? So, just so we're clear. My eyebrows look a lot darker on camera as well as my hair, but trust me, my hair is a little bit lighter. Next up, I'll be using this eyeshadow base by She Color and Style. So it's an eyeshadow base, and it doesn't seem to have a color, so I just like this salmon-y color. We're gonna apply it to our eyelids. Now, if you're a person who doesn't use eyeshadow base, you don't have to for this step, but I have oily eyelids and stuff like that, so I just need to use it because if I don't, my eyeshadow's not gonna stick. Like, it's not sticking. Yeah, we're gonna take a beauty blender. I'm going to just take this fixing spray by Max and More and just do one spritz and just wet the beauty blender and blend it out. Now, once that is settled, we'll be using the same beauty blender and we'll be using this Essence Fix and Last Matte Blurring and Waterproof Loose Powder. And we're just going to add a little bit of it onto the lid and just go to town with it on our eyes. Just go to town with it. Because if you want your base to be set really good, you just need to, you know, set it real good. Like, there isn't a secret trick. You just have to use a lot of powder if you want your eyeshadow to last longer. And like that, also the eyeshadow base, eyeshadow primer, whatever you want to call it. You just need setting powder for it. And what I'm gonna do, this is a trick that I also do, and that is applying some powder on my eyebrows because my eyebrows get oily easily. So we're going to just do that as well, just to keep it a little bit, you know, in place and control the oil. And there is just a little bit left. This is what we'll be using later for baking, essentially. And I'm going to turn the camera off so I can close this off camera because closing this on camera is like impossible. So I'll be right back. Now I'll be using this Max & More palette, which is has 88 eyeshadow shades, if you can see. And I'm just gonna use, I think I'm gonna use this color right here and just kind of use all browns a little bit. Not all browns, but most of the browns. And I'm also gonna be using the black color that we have in here. Now for eyeshadow in this specific look, there isn't really a rule because grunge makeup, it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be blended. Like it just needs to look neat, basically. So I'm just gonna lay down this very cool toned brown color on my eyelids first, kind of as a base, basically, for all the other colors that are about to be splashed onto our face. Splash on your face, oh my god. I know why I don't have much following, because I tend to make jokes and then I cringe about them. And then nobody laughs about them because they're not funny. Let me see. I'm going to be using this color right here, which is this like brownish reddish brick color. I'm going to be using this in basically the inner corners to add in depth, basically. Ooh, ooh, that actually looks real nice. I haven't blended yet because grunge makeup isn't supposed to look very blended, at least not until the end. That's my impression, okay? Like, I wasn't born in the 90s, I wasn't grunge, okay? So, bear with me, okay? Like, the closest thing that I was ever to anything was an e-girl. And we don't talk about them here, so, or at least not very often in the most popular connotation. I'm just gonna apply some in the inner corner as well. You know, just wanting to make it look like really nice, bricky colored. I currently look like I'm a brick. My face and my eyes look like I'm a brick, you know? And I'm only using one brush for this ordeal because I'm too lazy to use multiple. And so I'm just gonna tap off every single excess thing here. And the next thing, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use a color to basically get the middle. I'm just thinking, what color would that be? And I'm thinking, should it be a glittery color? And it is gonna be a glittery color because I just did. And it's gonna be this color right here. Wait, oops. This color right here, because it's brown, it's also red, and frankly, it sparkles. So I'm just applying this. It doesn't look like anything right now, but I'm telling you, it's blending the two colors really nicely together, and it does show up more outside of the camera than it does on camera, you know? Like, I don't know if you can see the glitter. I think you can see it, actually. And now take a fluffy blending brush, like something like this, and just blend the top. You know, just you don't have to blend the colors because they're already blended basically after I put them, but I'm just, you know, blending out the edges to the makeup look so it doesn't look all too rough and tough, you know? So that it looks blended everywhere but the eye itself, but just like here. And I'm just gonna quickly clean up, you know, the glitter under my eyes, and then I'll be back with eyeliner. Now for eyeliner, you're gonna need two things: a liquid eyeliner and a pencil liner. I use this one by, hold on, Essence. It's the long-lasting 18-hour plus waterproof eye pencil in the shade 34 sparkling black, and I'm using this eyeliner. I don't know if you can see the description. I don't know why my camera isn't focusing today. It's from, is it Shinsei or Sensei? I don't know, but it's basically a color black. Now for pencil liner, it's really not that hard. Unless you're prone to being clumsy. I'm a clumsy person, and the amount of times I've nearly stabbed my eye out is astonishing. But yet, here I am still having 2 eyeballs. Yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with the lower lash first, because that's kind of where you want your guide. So lower lash, you're just gonna put it here in your like waterline, and also a little, extending a little bit towards the, I guess, kind of like crown, like the fall where your eyelashes are attached, you know, that follicle. Just paint on your lower eyelashes a little bit too, because eyeliner does not only last when it's like on the waterline, it also lasts when you put it. See how much difference it already makes for the makeup look? I'm just gonna repeat that on the other eye as well. And yes, I'm pulling my eye down, and do I look like a zombie? Absolutely. But can I do something about it? No. Because that is what we all look like when we do our makeup. We look like zombies occasionally, you know? And for the top, now this is very crucial. A very crucial step is to do your top waterline also. A lot of people find this uncomfortable and might not do it, but if you want the true grunge look, you gotta do it. So just proceed with caution. Just do the same thing that you did on your lower lashes and your lower waterline, and just do it on the upper waterline as well. I'm very focused on not stabbing my eye out, and also looking good. A few blinks of support. Just check real quick. And now comes the dreaded part. Liquid eyeliner. For this, I'm gonna have to scoot closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'll be right back after I've positioned the camera properly. I did not record this part, but essentially just do a little swoop and just connect your eyeliner to your lash line. Whoa, this is difficult recording with one hand and doing eyeliner with the other. Why am I whispering? But yeah, just do your eyeliner like this. If you're not an expert in eyeliner, that's okay, because I frankly too fail in eyeliner. Let's see. Not bad. Like, you can do the wing bigger or smaller, but I'm just gonna keep it like this because I think that is enough. So I'll be taking again this palette. I'm just gonna use the black color on top. And what I did basically for eyeliner is I just fixed it up a little bit at the ends to make them appear sharper, and I'm just going to lightly just go over the eyeliner with the black eyeshadow, and not only to set it but also to diffuse it and make it look a little more blended, I guess, a little more blended. And just do this on both sides until you're satisfied with how blended it is. You can use more or less black eyeshadow. It's all up to you, you know? Because grunge is about having the basics but also adding your own flair to it. At least that is what I think whenever I see grunge. You know, it's just people adding flair to their eyeshadows. Now we're going to curl our lashes now. If you have very small lashes like me that are very straight, or at least they don't show up, I have a trick for you that it's not a trick, it's more of like a product I discovered. As of very recent, actually, because I did not know this product existed, or actually knew it existed, but I just didn't think it was gonna work on my eyes. I'm using the Essence, the Volume Booster Lash Primer. It doesn't say it has a color, but it's white. And you're gonna use this, you're gonna go closely to your root, okay? I hope I can show you. Just go closely to your root and just coat it like you would coat your lashes with regular mascara. And do it on the other side too. It is so hard to film on camera. I use my phone. Oh, in case you're wondering what happened, I got the lash primer into my eye sockets, meaning I nearly stabbed my eye out and nearly got myself blinded. Now, while this is, you know, marinating, drying, we're gonna start with the base. We're gonna use this Essence Good Stuff, a Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. It's watermelon. I actually don't like eating real watermelons, but I do like the scent of like watermelon things. Like, why is it not coming out as it should be? Ooh, that exploded. Ooh, that exploded. At least we have some primer now. So yeah, just use primer on your face. Priming your face is important because if you don't prime your face, first of all, your foundation is gonna be cakey, and secondly, your makeup isn't going to last very long because skin absorbs oils and absorbs just generally anything into the skin. I don't even use foundation on my nose, but I'm always putting on primer on my nose too because it's very important. I used to actually put foundation on my nose, but ever since wearing glasses, I've refrained from that because like my classrooms are always like filled with foundation, and I hate that. Those like those ribbons that you use in yeah. That is what happens, you know? I have the illusion my eyes look a lot bigger now that I applied the primer. But yeah, gonna quickly just wash off my hands. Wash off my hands. Wash off the primer off my hands. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Not wash my hands off to the point that they fall off. Next up, I'm using this under eye brightener by Catrice. And I'm just applying a little bit. Wait, this is the shade. Hold on. 010 Light Rose. Just applying some under my eyes because I have under eyes, and for today's look, we necessarily have to cover them because I've never seen a grunge picture where the base wasn't flawless, like no dark circle or whatsoever, okay? And that's why I'm covering it. I'm now gonna use this color corrector, concealer, whatever the hell this is. It's a anti-redness, anti-redness, concealer. Yeah. Does it have a color? Zero what? 100 universal. So this is apparently for all skin colors, apparently. Just going to get a bit closer to the camera just to see where I need to color correct, because I've been recently dealing with quite a few breakouts for zero reasons. So yeah. This time I have a lot. This looks like I'm spreading some type of disease, but it's just me color correcting. Now this is really for the people who have redness pretty much anywhere on their face, because green color corrects red because they're on the opposite side of the color wheel. Next up, I'll be using this lipid cheek tint called What a Tint by Essence, and it's the shade 01 Kiss from a Rose. And if you're thinking by now, watching this video, damn, this girl has a lot of products from Essence. Is she getting sponsored by Essence? I am not. I just like using Essence in my daily life. And also, I don't currently have the following to be sponsored by anyone, really. So I'm just applying a little bit. You cannot see it as much. But I'm just applying, just a teeny tiny bit of blush, just kind of around my cheek area. It's gonna be a little bit difficult here because of the green color corrector that is in between here, but we're managing it fine. With this tint, you have to work really quick, in my experience, because it dries out really quick. I'm just applying some on my nose because I like the cold look. I do not know why the tint isn't showing up on camera as much. Like right now, I look like a pink pony. Pink pony, what? I mean, I look like, you can see it. Like, I don't know why it's able to be seen on camera, like on my chin, but not on my. Maybe I should apply more. Maybe that will. It's not doing much. So we're just gonna deal with it. We're just gonna deal with the little amount that we actually have. And we're applying powder blush later anyway, so yeah. Next up, I'll be using this foundation by Maybelline. It's the Fit Me foundation in the shade 095. Now, in case you haven't known yet about it, what's happening in the world, but we all know the Israel-Palestine war, genocide even if you want to call it. I don't know if I can actually keep this in the video, but I'll try to keep it. But yeah, Maybelline is a supporter. Now, also Catrice is a supporter as far as I know, and I'm only using the products because they need to be used up. Not because I'm wanting to buy them. No, it's because I have to use them up before I can buy, like Huda Beauty, for example, or any other brand that actually supports Palestine. So what I'm doing is I'm just spreading foundation on the back of my hand and with the spatula. This is a trick that a lot of Korean makeup artists use, and the reason why they use this is because foundations will be a lot more better applied, and also it gives that, flawless blended in look that I personally like, and also it controls the amount of foundation. I'm just gonna be applying a lot today because I have a lot of things to cover today. But usually I don't use this much, okay? Like, it's just today. And you think that because your girl's skin is currently not acting the way it should. Also, take it down your neck. Always take your makeup down your neck. Because I see people not doing that, I'm just like, take it down your neck. I don't know why I just whispered. I sound so unserious. I'm struggling, y'all. I don't know how to be funny. Like, that's a bad thing. As a YouTuber, I have to be funny, but I'm not funny. Anyone gonna help me with that? No? Okay, fine. I will now blend it using this beauty blender. I don't even remember from what brand it is. I just bought it. It says Joy on here. And I'm just using, again, this fixing spray that I showed you before from Max and More Cosmetics. I'm just pumping it 2 times, the setting spray, and I'm just going to blend it. Now, with blending your foundation, you have to be very patient because foundation isn't easy to blend, especially when you have a lot of it on. Now, if you're a person who hates a heavy base, then this isn't a good idea for your very first look. This isn't even a beginner's guide. This is just like a regular grunge makeup look tutorial. It's not supposed to be easy, I guess. I don't know. This is always so freaking silent when I film. Why am I seriously have a problem with whispering, y'all. I don't know. Is it blended? I'm just gonna try like quickly off camera to see if there's any spot I haven't blended in yet, so I'll be right back. Next up, I'll be using the Essence Camouflage Plus Healthy Glow Concealer in the shade 10 Light Ivory, I believe. I don't know, it doesn't say anything because the writing keeps rubbing off. Just apply some concealer. I usually don't apply my concealer like this. It's just today that my concealer is a bit more heavier, and you're not gonna want to conceal all the spots you color corrected. My concealer is fighting for its life right now. And luckily I have a spare concealer around, just in case if I need it. I'm giving a real, 360 of my skin texture because a lot of people think that having clear skin on an influencer is normal. Clear skin doesn't exist. Someone can have flawless skin, but it's not gonna be completely flawless, it's gonna have lumps and bumps and pimples. So yeah, I'll be blending that in, I'll be right back. I will now set it with a light layer. I did not do any powder yet or anything. This is just to set it in between and keep it more long lasting. Just do like one light layer or two or many more, I don't know. I'm just eyeballing it today. You know, just dry it off. Make it dry. I'll be right back once it's dried. Now once that's dried, I dried my face using a fan, basically just doing this motion repetitively. Now we're going to set the face. We're going to use this fixing powder that I mentioned before. I'm just using this powder puff. That is not part of this powder that I just bought because I wanted, you know, a puff. And I'm just going to apply it under my eyes here, you know, just setting it, because if you don't set your makeup, it's going to, you know, go into the skin. Like the oils will disrupt your makeup, and a fixing spray or like setting spray will also help with that, but as well, you know, baking or like doing translucent powder to fix it in place is also very important. Oh, I look blurred. Also, I'm just gonna apply it a little bit on this side where the pimples are, because I just need to, you know, get it nicely. And also put it on the side here because we also did concealer here, and this needs to also set nicely. And whatever is left, just apply it everywhere in your face, or as I like to do it, I just like to apply it under my eyes again, you know, just as a security layer. I promised not to do my nose today, but I ended up doing it anyways, you know, like putting foundation on my nose. Why is it not closing? No, it's closed. Mascara. I'll be using the Essence All Eyes on Me Multi-Effect Mascara, and it does not have a shade, I believe. It's just like a black mascara. We're gonna use it. I cannot tell you how old this mascara is. Like, I got it on my 18th birthday. My 19th birthday passed literally a few weeks ago. I almost said months. What? I meant weeks ago. So I've been having this over a year. Using it on my eyes. Is that safe? Probably not, but considering how prices are nowadays, I'll be using this until it runs out, literally. I'm just gonna go closer to my lash root here because I can see the white seeping through. Because I'm trying to make it as blended into the mascara as possible. I'm already exhausted. I'm so exhausted right now. Look at the difference right now. Because I have yet to, you know, get off any initial leftover powder and also put on a skin tone powder. I don't know why I keep clicking. But yeah, I'm gonna leave my mascara to dry, because it's important to dry it before you do anything on your face. So we're gonna leave it to dry. I'll be back. So now I'm just gonna use this brush and I'm just going to swoop it slightly, okay, very lightly over the spots that we essentially baked, set. I don't know. You tell me what the terminology for nowadays is. Like, I haven't been following makeup tutorials since like a long time. Or watching anyone, really. Now we're gonna use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. This is usually used for baking and to just use it as like a powder, not a highlighter, but a highlighting powder. And it's in the shade Banana. And as you can see, I've hit pan, and it's my favorite in Essence's makeup stuff because I have very pale skin and not every powder looks light on me and has like that neutral yellow undertone, so this really helps with managing the skin tone difference. I look a little crazy right now because the light being extremely unkind to me today. But I promise you it doesn't look bad in real life. It just looks a lot worse right now because my camera today, I actually don't have a camera. I use my phone camera because I'm broke to film these videos. Now my stomach being already hungry, and I'm just going to take, I'm just tapping it once like this. Ooh, actually that looks fun. It looks like a, oh my god, it looks like I am, Also, the light today on my phone is not being kind to my teeth either. Like, why do they look yellow? I promise, I brush my teeth regularly. I even floss them. I don't know what my phone is doing today. Moving on from Catrice Cosmetics, I'm using the All Matte Last Up to 12 Hours Plus Shine Control Powder in the shade 030 Warm Beige. I actually took this from my mom because, like, my mom, she uses it as a face powder, but because it is a face powder essentially. However, she's as pale as me, so it looks extremely silly on her. So I took it from her because I thought, let's give her the chance to actually use something lighter. And I've been using this as contour ever since. A contour, bronzing, I don't know even what anything is at this point. Because I'm so disappointed by the makeup industry. Because not only are the people getting toxic, but the makeup as well. It's not reaching the goals it should be reaching anymore. But let's not hate on all makeup brands and just focus on the fact that overconsumption is currently something that is plaguing the makeup industry, and you don't need a lot for makeup, okay? Overconsumption is bad. As well as sometimes underconsumption. So just, if you're going to buy makeup, use it wisely. Don't underconsume it or overconsume it, because like both are bad. Like underconsumption can sometimes lead that you're using it for years and years and you're essentially having a lot of bacteria. So please keep in mind when you buy makeup to use it. And the moment you open it, put on like a labeling system to see when it expires, because if it expires and you're still using it and it has bacteria that is making your skin or your eye infected, then that is not a good thing. I forgot to tell you the shade and the brand of this. So this is the Trend Up powder blush with a glow effect. It's the shade 040. I'm just using it on my face. You can actually see it on the camera now, the blush work. It looks a lot less pink on camera than it looks like in real life. Like, in real life, my makeup is a lot more pink. Except for the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow is actually a lot warmer looking on camera than it is in real life. But that's just a side effect from not using the appropriate filming tools when you're poor, you know? I'm going to be using now the Catrice Glow Lover Oil Infused Highlighter in the shade 010 Glowing Peony. And I'm just going to use this small ass brush and just do inner corner highlight. I hope you can see it on camera, because sometimes my camera refuses to pick up any sort of light, so this is pretty much a huge thing for me. I just use this small brush. Also, for some nose highlight, I always do nose highlight. Even if I'm wearing glasses, I'm always doing nose highlight. I don't know why. And I'm going to just apply a little bit here, because I don't like a lot of highlighter, because I have pretty combination skin that is also extremely oily at times, so I don't like to use a lot. I nearly forgot to do the lower lash line, so you're going to just use the brush that you used for the black eyeshadow. You're going to just use whatever's left on the brush. Just going to put it on your lower lash and try not to make it look like you look like a raccoon, you know? Try to make it look like you're cool. Because sometimes it can look a little intense and not always the best. So just try your best not to look like a raccoon like I do right now. I gotta stand up to really just get this nicely done. I added more black eyeliner into the waterlines and added a little black eyeshadow under, directly. So now I'm just going to remove my lip balm and any foundation / powder that was on lips. And I'll be using the Essence Caring Shine Vegan Collagen Lipstick in the shade 203 My Advice. It's a very 90s reminiscent color, but of course for grunge you can go even darker, using berry lipsticks or even red, darker red, bloody red lipsticks. Now, if you're going out, you can really fix it with your fixing spray as a last, step. I'm gonna skip it today because I'm not going out anywhere, but if you're going out, do not forget one last layer of this. So yeah, let's do our hair now. Because our hair is quintessentially one of the most important things in this look. Because if the hair doesn't look good, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. So I'm just, combing my hair, because usually when I see, those 90s grunge, they don't really have a distinct hairstyle. They just look like they combed their hair real nicely. My hair right now looks a little bit poofed up on the sides, especially here in the middle, because I was just using, a hair tie, a scrunchie to hold it up for quite some time. And my hair is a little bit fresh still, so it's not looking all too voluminous, slash it's not going straight, like it's holding a weird shape right now. I'll be putting on my glasses in a second so I can see, because I haven't been seeing correctly how I've done everything. The under eyes need a little bit of fixing. Oh shit. God, mascara. I got lipstick on my teeth. Right. I keep getting mascara on my teeth, bro. Maybe lip smacking. Get rid of it. But yeah, that's essentially what I did for the grunge look. In terms of outfit, I was very simple. I chose a flannel, a multicolor flannel with like different colored pieces of flannel, and I chose this top here, which has like this cross section. Now for grunge people, they usually have those like plastic chokers. I do not have this, so I chose a top that chooses to emulate this, and simple white simple black pants. For jewelry, like chokers, hoop earrings, or just really any earrings, really. Yeah, this is the standard grunge look, or at least my interpretation of a grunge look. Yeah. If you liked this video, you can like you can like it, you can comment on the video. If you want, you can even subscribe to the channel for more, and leave any suggestions in the video section, in the comments section, what you want to see next, or maybe, a few tips on how I should do my channel, like manage it a bit better. But yeah, this is the look. So yeah, bye Pocketz. See you next time.